Hey guys, this is the Mind of Lilith, and thank you for joining me on my channel. Today I wanted to discuss Ms Wanda's rant about Melody, and I wanted to draw a comparison between old women and elders. Old women are women like Wanda, and women like Wanda, they just get old. They don't mature psychologically. They just get more bitter, more vicious, more vindictive, more aggravating, more irritating. It's a lot. So there are some women who actually mature and get wiser and calmer, and can provide support and nurturing to the young girls in the community. Ms Wanda is not that person. Ms Wanda is the type that would try to compete with the young girls because she thinks that she's never going to grow old and it's always about her. So it's difficult for anybody who is of a young age to come to her for any counsel or wise counsel about anything, because her advice is like advice you would get from a 20-year-old person, right? Not saying that she doesn't have experience and she doesn't know stuff. I'm sure she does. But she has the mentality of a younger person, which in her mind makes her think she's young, but she's just an old woman at this point. Not old because she's over 50, but because she is sort of out of step with time. She does not know her place in time. So she's going to try to attack a woman who's young enough to be her daughter when that woman has a mother who's the same age as her. Tisha is 40 years old. She's older than Melody, but Ms Wanda is trying to attack Melody as if she is her peer. That's the difference between an old woman and an elder. An elder, like Ms Van, would be someone who lets the child fight their own battles, right? And then when the child comes to them for comfort and support, they're there to give guidance and support and nurturing and love, and not just antagonizing energy and drama and strife and narcissism. So I didn't listen to Ms Wanda's entire rant. She kept repeating the same thing over and over again. I was like, this is an old woman. This is not somebody I would go to for advice or wise counsel or support or anything, because she's the type that would put your business all out in the street once you told her your secrets or something in confidence. She's not the type of woman that would keep things in confidence. On the other hand, Ms Van barely says anything. Even when she's on stage, she doesn't say anything. She lets Melody speak for herself. She shows support. She defends herself when necessary. She is a source of comfort for her children. She is very, compassionate and kind and warm. You can see that in her demeanor. And she's the type of woman that you can tell anything to in confidence, because as an elder woman, she understands her role in the community as a leader, as a matriarch, as a nurturer, someone who uses their experience to help heal women and children instead of attacking them for your own entertainment. Ms Wanda kept saying, why am I jealous of Melody? Now, a lot of people keep asking that question. And here's the deal. It is difficult for women like Melody to be fully transparent about everything they go through, because women like Melody, who are beautiful, intelligent, put together, successful, all this other stuff, they have an external veneer of perfection, right? A lot of people want to see women like that fail. So it is difficult for women like Melody to be vulnerable and to say, well, yeah, I had a side piece. I went outside of my marriage and I had a little boyfriend on the side when I left. It is difficult for women like Melody to admit something like that, because jealous women like Wanda and Tisha will use this information to try to put a dent in the person's character or put a chink in their armor, or to say, see, they're not all that. They did this. That is what Ms Wanda did basically her entire life, saying, well, you should have remembered what you were doing with this guy. Melody is too busy remembering the lyrics to her hit song, okay? She's too busy running her beauty and skincare line. She's too busy acting in movies and teaching in classes. She's too busy to focus on the things that other people need her to focus on in order to try to denigrate her or embarrass her or give her a black eye or a scarlet letter. If you recall, Ms Wanda during the reunion said something disgusting like Ms Van should have taught Melody how to make a sex tape to keep her husband interested, not knowing any of their business. I mean, the entire audience saw this big blow-up picture of Melody and Martell, being intimate or cuddling in their bedroom. You don't think they had sex tapes? But Ms Wanda doesn't care about the truth. She just wants to say something to take a dig at somebody who is on a pedestal above her. Now, Melody is not on a pedestal above Ms Wanda because of, Ms Wanda is trash or whatever. Melody's on a pedestal above Ms Wanda because Ms Wanda put her there. When you're jealous of somebody, you put them on a pedestal above you. And Tisha and Ms Wanda are similar in that regard, in the sense that they wanted to believe the negative things about Melody to feel better about themselves. When Martell was going around town lying and calling Melody a hoe after she revealed to him that, yeah, I had a boyfriend too when we were separated, and now she's a hoe because of that, even though he had a baby on the way, Tisha wanted to believe that. She wanted to believe the negative things about Melody because that would make her feel better about herself. The same thing with Ms Wanda. Ms Wanda can't talk about Melody having the balls and the money to leave an abusive, cheating man, unlike her. Ms Wanda is so dependent and needy of her husband that she's going to hold on to him for the money and have a boyfriend on the side. Melody didn't have to do that. Melody, at 35 years old, had the money and the drive and the courage to leave an abusive man, right? To leave a cheater. And she lost a whole lot more than Wanda could ever lose if she left her husband today. So, the thing is, Miss Wanda wants to keep bringing up the fact that Melody stepped out of her marriage because Melody was embarrassed to admit it. And when somebody sees that you're embarrassed about something, they'll see that as a vulnerability and then they'll swoop in for the attack. So the only things that Miss Wanda attacks Melody about is sex. Not making a sex tape for Martell and her being with another man. She can't attack Melody for her intellect. She can't attack Melody for her ambition. She can't attack Melody for her businesses. She can't attack Melody for her beauty. She can't attack Melody in any other way besides sex. Just like coleslaw. It's a common denominator. And that's the difference between an elder and an old woman. An elder would say, this is a young girl. We all make mistakes. I'm not going to attack her off the basis of her doing something in reaction and response to her man cheating on her for several years. In fact, I've done the same thing. Miss Wanda could have came from that angle. I understand Melody doing something with her, with somebody else because I got a boyfriend right now too. And blah, 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 blah. But instead of taking that route per se, and I'm not sure if she took that route before, but right now, instead of finding commonality, as most elders or wise women would do, because elders and wise women have similar experiences to young girls. That's what makes elder women valuable assets to our community. They have lots of experience and wisdom and love and care to give the younger women to help us to, survive some of these troubling situations that we're inevitably going to get into. Most of us going to get a divorce. Most of us going to get cheated on. Most of us going to have to deal with life issues. And these older women have the presence in the community to help us deal with that. The problem with an old woman like Miss Wanda is that a young woman can't come to her for anything, because Miss Wanda is the type that would tell your business to everybody in the community. That's the difference between an old woman and an elder. An old woman does not see herself in you. She only sees how she can use your age against you because she's low-key jealous of you too. She sees young women as competition. Mature, elderly women don't see young women as competition. They see young women as their daughters, as their surrogate children. That's the way it's supposed to be in a community. The problem is we have a bunch of old women in our community, right? And not elder women. And the same thing with men. We got a bunch of old ass men in the community, but not elders. There's a difference. Because if Miss Wanda was an elder, she would take Melody to the side and say, listen, I don't know what's going on with you and Tisha, but I hope you guys can work things out. I I wish the kids could come by more because they were close once in a while. Like, I don't have any problem with the kids. I know you and teacher are going through stuff. You can come to me for anything. I'll stay out of it, blah, blah, blah. Something like that, right? But Ms. Wanda wants to be in the mix. She wants to be a part of the drama. She wants to be 35 years old again. In her 50s, the only problem Ms. Wanda should have is which hospital to take her husband to. That's the only drama she should really have. Like, most of that stuff should be settled in your 30s and 40s at the latest. The fact that a woman in her 50s is arguing with a woman in her 30s as if she's her peer is a real big problem in our community. And it's not uncommon. And it's not cute either. Ms. Wanda didn't say anything that was impressive. She didn't say anything that was enlightening. She didn't say anything that would reflect the level of wisdom and experience that she should have at this point in her life. She didn't do that. She chose to go the other route. She chose to go the gossipy older woman in the church route, which is why a lot of people don't want to go to church anymore. Ms. Wanda is not a nurturer. She is not someone that the women in the community can come to for comfort and support and love, because if her husband is cheating on her, more than likely he's cheating on her with a woman Melody age or younger. And she sees these women as competition. And so she's going to be antagonistic toward these women. It's as simple as that. Miss Van is doing this the right way. She's allowing the grown women to handle this on their own. And when Melody comes to her when she needs her, she's there. She's not pouring fuel on the fire among young people. Ms. Wanda uses the excuse of defending her 40-year-old daughter to justify being a ratchet. Ms. Wanda likes fighting regardless. She will fight anybody regardless. So if Tisha has something going on, Ms. Wanda will use that as an excuse to get into a fight. If the grandkids have something going on, Ms. Wanda will use that as an excuse to attack the children. If Melody and Martell have something going on, she will use that as an excuse to attack there's always an excuse for her to get into a fight, because she has the mentality of a teenager or a 20-something-year-old person, which is why I said she's old and not an elder. Now, there's nothing wrong with being older, right? Everybody gets older. I'm not an ageist. I respect age, but at the same time, you have to act your age and not your shoe size. And that's what Ms. Wanda has been doing since season 1. And it's not entertaining to me. Like I said, women like Melody have to be perfect around women like Ms. Wanda, because women like Ms. Wanda will try to find any little thing that they can use against you to say, they ain't all that. I know they were doing this. I know they're not perfect because this is what happened to them last week. Oh, you know what happened to them last week? Yeah, I heard that too. So while she's acting perfect with her husband, I know she's doing this. I know that's happened. And that's how I know Miss Tisha is the same way. Because Tisha, like her mother, also enjoys seeing women who they put on the pedestal get knocked off that pedestal according to them. Because now you're not perfect anymore. You're not Miss Belle of the Ball anymore. You're not all that. And so now Melody is going to be extra defensive. She's going to be extra paranoid and hypervigilant because she's around people like Miss Wanda and Tisha who want to see her fail, because Melody has the ability to manifest. She has the ability to manifest love, abundance, wealth, money, success, opportunities, a lot of things. And people want to be in her circle because of that. They want to be around her because of that. And so, Miss Wanda is saying that she wasn't jealous. You don't have to be jealous consciously. But the fact that you're only talking about the negative aspects of somebody's personality, you're only talking about the sex thing they did. First of all, that's none of your business. That is nobody's business. That's not something you use to denigrate somebody's character unless they're messing with children. That's a whole different conversation. But if you're having consensual sex with somebody, that's not something you use to make somebody look bad unless they're Martell having an affair with a woman that he's using to abuse his wife. That's different too. What Melody did was none of that. She just left the marital home, she separated from her husband, and she dated somebody else, which was her right to do as an autonomous human being. Melody was strong enough to say, I'm not going to have a husband and a boyfriend. I'm just going to have a boyfriend. That's it. Unlike Miss Wanda. So instead of Miss Wanda admiring Melody's strength and giving her props for that. Ms. Wanda will try to use something that Melody felt ashamed of to make her feel bad about herself. And that's what old women who are jealous of young women do. That is what women who are jealous of other women's success do. Oh, she's successful, but guess what? My butt is bigger than hers. Oh, she got money, but guess what? I look better than her and her man want me. Women do this nonsense all of the time in our community. Well, in all communities in general. But I'm talking about the Black community because I'm a Black person and that is the community that I live in. So we have a tendency to want to see women like Melody fail. And so now Melody can't trust anybody. How can you trust people who you know want to see you fail? I mean, Tisha from season 1 said that Melody got bougie. But how is she bougie and still dealing with you, Tisha? Because you're not on the bougie level. Neither is Kimmy. So if she was so bougie, she wouldn't even brought you guys around for the show, to be honest. There are lots of other bougie women she could have invited to be on the show. So anyway, to close it out, I'm not surprised about Ms. Wanda's response. She's not here to make peace. She's not here to heal anything. She's not here to resolve any problems. She's here for sound bites and for salaciousness and disrespect and to antagonize a woman that's young enough to be her daughter. She's not here to be an example or representative of what it's like to be an older, wiser, more mature woman. She's not here for that. She's here to fight in the street like a ratchet. That's why I said she's not an elder or a matriarch. Okay? She's somebody who causes trouble for fun. She enjoys it. Tisha's just an excuse to get into some mess. She'll fight anybody. That's her entertainment. And some women are like that. And it is what it is. Melody's mother is staying out of it and focusing on what she's supposed to be focusing on. Raising her grandkids, watching her health, making sure that her daughter's okay, but not getting into the mix and causing more drama. That's it. You can't keep doing that at an old age. It's too much. Okay, on another topic, I'm updating my website. So it's going to be back online by Monday of next week. I'm just redesigning it a little bit, adding a couple features. It may be back online by the weekend, but it's not up right now. So if you want to order a reading, you can just email me or send me a message on IG. And I look forward to reading your comments. That's all I have to say about this. It is what it is. It's disappointing, but not surprising. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.